Our federal government needs to learn from this catastrophic mistakes it's made over the past few months and take action to turn the tide on this virus. And in doing so, it needs to focus on the racial disparities in cases and deaths that we've been talking about, to protect African Americans and Latino families who've borne so much of the brunt of this epidemic. So let's be clear. The coronavirus isn't Donald Trump's fault, but the fact that America has more cases than any country in the world is his responsibility. New reporting over the weekend showed that he turned a blind eye to China's mistakes at a critical moment. He tried to downplay the danger to keep the stock market high. He rejected the advice he was getting from his own experts to prepare for what was coming. They told him. Now we're all paying a very high price for his bad judgment, from health care to paid sick leave to the shortcomings of our unemployment system. And we need to build a 21st century safety net that takes care of all of our citizens in times of crisis. And I mean all of our citizens. Yes, we'll have to take a hard look and ask, how do we fix what's deeply broken? Here's my pledge. I will make an education that, in fact, Jill, my wife, is a professor at a community college, says any country that outcompetes us, Joe, is going to out-educate, is going to outcompete us. Make them free for all lower income and middle-class families. In terms of student debt, anybody who is making under less than $125,000, who in fact has a debt having gone to a community college in their family, gone to a state university, they should be able to get debt forgiveness as well, in addition to just being able to go free to a community college. We're going to finally achieve comprehensive immigration reform as well, put millions of citizens on a pathway to citizenship, including so many who are on the front lines right now. The number of undocumented who are out there now risking their lives. You know, one of the things I had the greatest pleasure in doing when I was vice president is going to one of Saddam Hussein's my multiple visits to Iraq and swearing in well over, I think it was 180 undocumented people who were joining the United States military. They had won Bronze Stars, Silver Stars. They had Purple Hearts. And you know, these are people who have demonstrated they're prepared. They're, in a sense, many are more Americans than a lot of Americans. We've had different ideas how to accomplish them. But on some issues, we're going to continue to disagree respectfully, but not on any substantive way. You know, I believe there's a great opportunity to work together to deploy policy approaches that can take us closer to our shared goals, turning that work into positive change for the country. So Bernie, I think it's time we let these folks get going, and I just want to say to you, I can't tell you how much I appreciate all that you have done, all that, during all this time, what people are surprised about. You and I have been friends. We've disagreed, but we've been friends. But I understand you may have a closing statement to make, Bernie, or anything else, anything you want to do. It doesn't have to be closing, but anything at all.
Well, I thought we'd play some chess. What do you think?
I'd like to play chess. I've been playing on my cell phone. That's about it. I got a beautiful chessboard upstairs. I haven't got anybody to play.
I got mine. I'll bring it out.
I see the one behind you.
Bore everybody. Yeah, you got one right here. We'll bore everybody for a few hours.
Yeah.
We are, and I've said this a million times, so let me say it 1,000,001. We're the richest country in the history of the world. You know that? We should not have 500,000 people who are homeless. We should not have half of our workers living paycheck to paycheck.
Well, this is a time. And I think what's happened is the American public have seen, as I said earlier, I've said it maybe 1,000,000 times, I'm going to say 1,000,001, kind of ripped the Band-Aid off, exposed how the substructure of this economy is so damaged. As Jill and I told you and Jane, we're deeply grateful to both of you. We have, you've put the interest of this nation and the need to beat Donald Trump above all else. And for that, Jill and I are grateful. And your supporters and I are going to make the same commitment. I see you. Your supporters, I see you. I hear you. I understand the urgency of what it is that we have to get done in this country, and I hope you'll join us. The more, the merrier. We need to come together. We need to defeat Donald Trump. As I've said for a long time, when we do that, we'll not only do the hard work of rebuilding this nation, we can transform this nation. We can transform it so that it goes down in history, with your help, Bernie, as one of the most progressive administrations since Roosevelt. And I really believe I think it's doable, because the whole world has changed. It's not just us. The whole world has changed. So anyway, I'm looking forward to working with you, pal. I really genuinely mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for being such a gentleman. Thank you for being so generous. And I give you my word, I'll try my best not to let you all down.
Okay. Thank you very much, Joe.
Thanks, pal.
Say hello to
I
Jane,
will.
and I say hello to Jill as well.
I will.